While everyone's obsessing over whether AI is going to steal their jobs, something fascinating just happened that reveals the real story about our economic future. And it's not what you think. Yesterday, the Dow Jones jumped on surprise jobs data. Microsoft just slashed their AI sales targets because customers aren't buying what they're selling. And private payrolls actually dropped by 32,000 jobs in November. Most analysts are treating these are separate stories. They're wrong. Here's what's really happening. We're witnessing the birth pains of an economy that's stuck between two worlds. The economy is dying faster than the new one can replace it. And the companies betting everything on AI are about to learn some very expensive lessons. Let's start with Microsoft's AI reality check. After spending billions convincing us that 2025 would be the year AI transforms everything, they just quietly lowered their sales quotas for AI software. Why? Because when the rubber meets the road, businesses aren't buying the AI revolution they're selling. Think about it. Microsoft's entire strategy has been built on the premise that companies would rush to adopt AI tools that can automate complex, multi-step processes, generate dashboards from sales data, automate customer service, revolutionize workflows. Sounds amazing, right? But here's what they did not count on. Businesses are conservative and they're not going to bet their operations on technology that's still figuring itself out. I've been talking to business owners, and here's what they are telling me. They're tired of being guinea pigs for tech companies' grand experiments. They've been burned by promises before. Remember when everyone said the cloud would solve everything overnight? Or when blockchain was going to revolutionize every industry? Now it's AI's turn, and businesses are saying, show me the results first, then we'll talk. But here's the deeper issue that Microsoft and every other AI company is missing. The problem isn't that AI does not work. The problem is that it works too well in some areas and not well enough in others. It's creating this weird economic limbo where certain jobs disappear, but the promised productivity gains aren't materializing fast enough to replace them. Which brings us to that jobs data that has everyone confused. The ADP report showed private payrolls dropped by 32,000 jobs, with small businesses leading the cuts. Meanwhile, the broader jobs data was supposedly surprising enough to lift the Dow. How do you reconcile that? Here's what's actually happening, and this is the part everyone's missing. We're seeing a tale of two economies. Large corporations with access to capital and advanced technology are adapting, automating, and finding ways to do more with fewer people. That's why their stock prices are holding up and why the Dow can raise even on mixed job news. But small businesses, which employ nearly half of all private sector workers, are getting crushed. Small businesses don't have the resources to implement sophisticated AI systems. They can't afford to retrain their entire workforce or invest in automation that might pay off in 3 years. So they're stuck in this brutal middle ground where they're competing against larger companies that are becoming more efficient through technology, while they're still operating with traditional labor models that are becoming more expensive and less competitive every day. This is why the Microsoft story matters so much more than people realize. The AI revolution isn't failing because the technology is bad. It's failing because it's creating a winner-take-all economy where only the biggest players can afford to play the game. And here's where it gets really interesting. The stock market is celebrating this transformation because investors understand that the companies that survive this transition are going to be incredibly profitable. Fewer employees, higher productivity, larger market share as smaller competitors get squeezed out. It's a fantastic deal if you're a shareholder in the winning companies. But if you're a worker, or if you own a small business, or if you care about economic equality, this should terrify you. We're not just automating jobs away. We're automating entire business models away. The corner store can't compete with Amazon's AI-driven logistics. The local accounting firm can't match the efficiency of automated bookkeeping systems. The small manufacturing shop can't compete with factories that run themselves. What's really happening is that we're creating an economy where human labor is becoming optional for the companies that can afford to make it optional. And those same companies are discovering that selling AI tools to their competitors isn't as easy as they thought because their competitors can't afford to eliminate themselves from the market. This explains why Nvidia keeps extending its gains while Microsoft's AI division is struggling with sales targets. Nvidia sells the shovels in the AI gold rush to the companies that can afford to buy shovels. Microsoft is trying to sell the gold to companies that are about to be put out of business by the prospectors. The jobs data is just confirming what should be obvious. We're in the middle of the most dramatic economic transformation since the Industrial Revolution. But unlike previous transformations, this one's happening so fast that we don't have time to retrain workers or create new industries to absorb displaced labor. And here's the part that should keep everyone awake at night. The companies driving this transformation are discovering that there might not be enough customers left to buy their products once they've automated away all the jobs. Microsoft can build the most amazing AI system in the world, but if a small business can't afford it, and they're going out of business anyway, who exactly is going to pay for it? We're creating a future where a handful of incredibly efficient companies serve a market of people who increasingly can't afford what they're selling. It's economically brilliant and economically suicidal at the same time. The stock market is betting that this works out somehow, that productivity gains will create new opportunities, that displaced workers will find new roles, that small businesses will adapt or be replaced by something better. Maybe they're right, but looking at these stories, I'm seeing warning signs that everyone else is ignoring. So here's my question. I really want to know what you think. Are we witnessing the birth of a more efficient economy, or are we watching the slow motion collapse of the economic model that created the middle class? Because based on what happened recently, I'm not sure there is a middle ground anymore. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss an update. Your support lets me keep bringing you more content just like this. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.